Could Kashmir's next security reform be purely a balance sheet instead of yet another checkpoint, convoy, or intelligence order? This argument is confronting New Delhi. On July 7th, more than 150 civil society representatives in Srinagar backed a demand to restore Jammu and Kashmir's full statehood. The National Conference plans to take its 41 legislators and 4 members of parliament to Jantar Mantar on July 20th, the opening day of India's monsoon session, running until August 13th with 19 sittings. This case, being familiar, is both moral and constitutional. Who decides timeline for a former state to remain a union territory indefinitely? The way we see it, the case has always been financial. Statehood may be the cheapest way to price down political risk in one of Asia's most scrutinized border economies. Since 2019, Jammu and Kashmir has had an elected assembly, but not the authority of an ordinary Indian state. The 2019 Reorganization Act split Jammu and Kashmir from Ladakh and put the territory under a lieutenant governor. A 2024 rules change kept police, public order, senior civil service postings, anti-corruption, prosecutions, and key legal appointments under that office's control. Both near and long-term investors have been noticing. Since October 2019, cumulative foreign direct investment into Jammu and Kashmir is only about $1.34 million. By late 2024, investment proposals were worth $17.2 billion and promised roughly 590,000 jobs. The gap between proposals and deployed capital, here as well, should be the focus on this story. J&K's assets are real. The economy is roughly $30 billion. Horticulture supports millions and covers hundreds of thousands of acres. Tourism recorded 23.6 million visits in 2024. Hydropower potential is close to 14.9 gigawatts, with only about 3.5 gigawatts harnessed. But each opportunity depends on land, policing, courts, permits, and local consent. Then came Pahalgam. On April 22, 2025, 26 civilians were killed. India answered with Operation Sindoor, and security forces later killed the 3 alleged attackers under Operation Mahadev. The lesson imparted was that statehood can replace security. It cannot and should not. The lesson we could have learnt could have been that security without investible governance leaves every shock more expensive. We think a transition compact could square the circle: statehood on a timetable, national security functions reserved for the union, local policing accountability, transparent land rules, debt ceilings, district capital dashboards, and a joint investment clearance window. For India, this has always been the case of strategic risk management.